Good day, this is Ben with Feisty Chess, playing a 15-10 rapid chess game against Gore's sort. E4. Let's go with E5. Maybe we'll do something wild in the next move. I'm going to play the Latvian counter gambit against my better judgment, against a higher rated player. I used to play this a couple years ago just for funsies. It's crazy. I don't remember many of the lines, but I'm betting that I might know them better than Gorzy sort. Gorzy sort. Okay. So, I mean, if there were ever a feisty opening, this is it, I suppose. We're playing the King's Gambit down a tempo, once White already has played knight to f3. And he has taken. Okay, I believe Queen f6 is the way to handle this. Let's go for that. You're hanging two pawns on your second move, but White can only take one at a time. Okay, I'm looking at taking on e4, also looking at knight to c6. Taking on e4 is probably better. He's got bishop to c4 then. Oh, that doesn't look too good. No. Hold on, bishop c4. Yeah, d5, and the bishop just takes that. Knight c6, knight takes c6, d takes c6. We want to get our bishop out quickly. And then he's got e5 with a pretty big center. What about d6? d6 looks reasonable. He's going to have to retreat the knight to like c4, and that would keep his bishop from coming there. And then I like the looks of d takes e4 better. This blocks our dark square bishop in, but maybe we want to get going castling queenside anyway. It does allow him... No, bishop b5 would be a mistake because it's c6. Now maybe knight c6 is better. e5. D takes. So knight c6. He could go d5. Do I want to play this as a true gambit or just take that pawn? I like the looks of d takes e4. I'm just a pawn to the... I got a bigger center than white. Does knight c6 make any sense now? He gets his knight to d5. He'll get his knight to d5 probably anyway. Wait, maybe c6 is good here? Yeah, c6 looks good. The point is... after knight takes here, I just go queen e7, and I've got two threats. Maybe I go queen e6 instead. But I put my queen on the e-file. This looks like a tricky line. Let's go ahead with c6. The positional threat is obviously d4 and d5, I should say. If he wants to take my e-pawn, he's going to have to subject himself to a pin and a fork threat, and I don't think he can parlay both at the same time. And if he goes for d4 here, then I just play bishop f5, and I'm guarding my pawn. Ready to play knight d7 and maybe castle queenside. Okay, we got off the beaten path real early here. I'll have to look into the Latvian Gambit and check if I played this in any kind of standard way. For some reason I'm not able to see my opponent's time. Maybe I just need to restart my computer. Was able to find a game on Lichess more quickly this time. He goes for it. Doesn't this just lose a piece after queen e6? Am I missing something? d6 is guarded by that bishop. What does he have planned after queen e6? Let's just check. Queen e6. Oh, okay. Queen e2 will guard both of those threats. But then I've got queen... Oh, okay, interesting, interesting. This tactic works out sort of in his favor. So queen e6, queen e2, and d5 looks like a winning fork. But actually he has a winning check there. So queen e2 sets up a big threat of knight d6 check. I might need to go king d7 in that case. Can I make any other useful moves with my queen? Maybe queen g6, and then I can get a bishop on e6. I don't trust the look of that either. Queen e6. What if I just deal with that threat? Queen e6, queen e7. King d8. And if he checks me with his bishop, I just go king d7. I'm still threatening this fork all the time. But I'm looking at a pawn down ending in a lot of these lines. Queen e7 is just bad because knight takes here with check. So queen e6 or queen g6. Queen g6 looks at g2. No, I think I need to sit on that. I think queen e6 is mandatory. I need to, once he plays queen e2, I need to be able to block things. All right, now king d7 or king d8, that's the question. Go with king d8 before we run out of time. This allows the bishop to come in with check. But my king has got a nice home now on c7. And if knight g5, I'll trade off the queens, knight h6. It's not ideal. Maybe king d7 would have been better, because now he has threats on f7 with a knight fork. Okay, the Latvian has not turned out that well for me, but playing this feisty style. The reason for playing king d8 is I wanted to be able to recapture with the bishop instead of with my king, if such a line should arise. If he plays bishop to g5, if he's tempted enough to play bishop g5, then I'm good with king c7. And then the bishop sits on g5, where maybe a knight would be more effective. Oh, king d7 also guards d8, doesn't it? d6. Oof, this is ugly. Okay, Okay, I'm not obligated to exchange queens here, but I almost am. Does b5 win me that knight? b5. Then I think he needs to take... Yeah, I think he needs to take immediately after b5. So we're just going to do this. He needs to take my queen, I should say. He's up 2 pawns now. But he'll have to take on c8 with the knight. Actually, take on c8 with the knight. I think I might be winning a piece here. So I'll get his knight on c4. Oh, he's got... Does he have any checks? This is brutally tactical. I don't have the time for tactics here. We're going to look into the Latvian, and we're going to try that again at some point. I've at least chosen a challenging line for black here. Point is, after knight, yeah. If queen takes here, I have to recapture, and then one of these knights is falling. He can get a pawn for it, maybe a couple pawns. That's at least a materially imbalanced game that I have good winning chances for. If he takes here, then I capture that knight with my queen, saving both my queen, threatening a queen trait, and then grabbing his knight, which is trapped on c8. But he's got lots of queen moves to consider in that position. What would he have? No checks, it looks like. No useful checks anyway. Okay. He's going for this line. My bishop should cover f7. Oh, he has a check on b7. But I don't think that saves his knight at all. I don't think it saves him. Where's he going? He can't check again after... He can check with the bishop, but then I just grab the knight. And then does he have some brutal knight fork? I'm not seeing it. Anyway, I need to go to c7. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, now he's threatening bringing his knight out here. My king can actually attack both knights. He can play b4, however, and then it's going to be tough for me to trap. Okay, king b6, and then bishop c8 might just pick up that knight. Might just do it. He's got bishop e3 though. Yeah, let's put the king on b6. This is a unique game. I've never played anything quite like this. Now the knights are tied together, kind of bound at the hip. I need to watch out that he doesn't escape via... Oh, he had knight b8 there. Knight. I should say knight c8. Now knight d8. Now does bishop c8 win anything? Hard telling. Okay. Oh. Okay. I've got a bishop check that wins me a piece. Ooh, but he's going to win a piece after d4. Is he not? Okay, we got to stop d4. d5. This also puts our bishop on a defended square. So I'm threatening bishop b4 check. He needs to play, I think, c3 or a3. I might continue with knight a6 and then consider pushing c5 to hit that b7 knight. At the very least, I might have to just go rook for 2 knights here. Maybe knight d7 is better. Knight f6 might be a good plan, just to go after that bishop. I mean, he has a couple extra pawns here, but his pieces are just tied down. Maybe I should play b4 before he can play b4. I'm not sure I like that. You can play b4, but then... Alright, let's just get active. We're going to have to start playing by principle here. His knights are really extremely awkward. Okay, now his knight... Yeah, he's got that b4 square locked down, so his knights are going to get out. But we can at least maybe grab the bishop pair. Let's just get developed. Actually, does c5 just win me a piece here? Complicated. c5, d takes c, king a7. No. No, it doesn't. Let's go with this. Okay, he has to take with the D pawn. Let's put the king on A6. That looks like a recipe for getting checkmated, actually. Oh, we could put the king here. So he's got a majority on one side. He can't really push his majority on the other. This queen side majority is doubled up in a pretty locked structure. Not sure he can get away with pushing that. It depends. He's definitely better, but I've got some kind of advantage here. Okay, let's get our king closer to the center. He has undefended his bishop. Let's get a rook out. Actually, maybe knight e4 was worth considering there. Just going to have to play it by tactical awareness now. Alright, he's going for this. I have to take. How does he defend these two bishops? I suppose he takes my bishop there, but this looks good and active. Let's just go for it. Well, so much about that immobile majority. Now he's got the majority rolling. Probably should take with the knight. Hoping for rook a to d1, in which case I can win a piece. rook h to e1, I'm sorry. Take, take, take. The knight's no longer pinned. I'm sure my opponent will not overlook that. I might have just better king position. That might be a good thing on its own. Where's that bishop going? If it goes to g5, I'll definitely kick it. I want to get my bishop going on this diagonal. Okay, Gorzy sort. All right. What about g6 and getting our bishop lined up against his king? Looks like a quick way to develop. Give this check, and then we'll double rooks. We might have slightly more active pieces. I don't have a good way of breaking this pin against the knight without trading off those bishops. Gorzy sort has maybe 4 minutes of time. So trade the rooks is most likely. And then I'm thinking something like bishop. give my king a little more mobility. This knight looks, I mean, it's on the rim, but it's actually performing a really important function of hitting that pawn. And combined with this bishop, there's no way for me to break the pin without giving up that pawn, because my king can't step on these squares. So my plan is to bring the bishop here, just to block that diagonal, propose a trade of bishops, and maybe I get my rooks, or rook, as it were, active on the king side. Okay, Gorzy sort's taking a good amount of time here. Okay. All right, let's just try to keep some material on the board. My plan might be h5, h4 now. Oh, wow. Huge oversight, obviously. Just losing now. Just plain losing. I mean, I was already losing. I didn't... Ooh. Maybe I should take up bowling. Yeah, this is ugly here. This is quite ugly. Let's just resign. Oof. Ooh, I don't even want to look at this one, folks. Got a harebrained idea to play the Latvian. I think I was okay out of the Latvian. So let's start from the top. Let's look at this Latvian counter gambit. Queen f6. Black does really poorly in these statistics. d4, d6, knight c4, f takes e4. Hey, I was playing the main line, the Bill Geyer variation. Knight to c3, queen g6. Okay. Yeah, that actually is reminiscent of the Paulsen attack in the Vienna that I like to play. So, queen g6, and we're holding on to our stuff. We can play knight f6 next move for further support. c6, not a good idea. My thought was that this is going to win a knight after this fork, but I didn't see this check idea, and he has another check, and this actually would have been, ooh, that would have been a disaster actually. Ooh, all this is kind of a disaster. King d8. I'm at least only down a pawn here. No, I'm down 2. Ooh, that's genius. Yeah, does not work out. c6 was the key mistake. Let's see what Stockfish thinks about c6. Queen g6. Okay, c6. Yeah. Whew, it's already +2. It's already plus 1.7 after this main line of the Latvian. Let's see what the engine thinks of the Latvian in general. 1.6. Wow. I just got tired of knight f3, knight c6 games. I suppose I could have tried something like the Philidor, Petrov, the Latvian. That is foolhardy, we'll put it that way. Might have paid off. Let's see. Most common move is knight takes e5. Okay, I can look at the Latvian later. But even here, if I find queen g6, bishop f5, also really hates that move. Queen g6, f3, bishop f5. Okay. After f3, e takes f3. Scores big time for white. Queen takes f3. Material's equal here. I'm not sure why such a huge advantage given for white. Bishop d3. Queen g4. Let's trade stuff off, he says. Queen e6. Castles. I mean, is white really that far ahead here? The bishops look pretty good. Gotta give him that. But we're gonna get castled. There's no queens on the board. I got a compact structure. White has a little more space and more activity. Rook A to E1. You just castle right now. Knight A5. Okay, it does amount to a lot. Alright, back to the game, which went even worse for me. Yeah, I thought I had something with these knights. King B6. Well, the bishop comes back to D2 in that case. Bishop B4. Even this. That bishop is lost. The knight can simply come back here, and the bishop, I have to save one of my bishops. I suppose I can grab a pawn back with this, but then I'm just down a pawn. I got the bishop pair. C4. Bishop F4, just building a mating net around the king. All right. Yeah, this was all just, I found the best moves, but it was just no good. Just no good from the beginning. Okay, rook takes e1, bishop takes e1. And now I can break this pin, or I can start chewing up his queen side, his king side. Is this that good for white? B5. King e6. Knight takes c6. Yeah. Okay. But then I just hung the rook. Hung the rook with no reason. And then I'm losing a bishop too, or something like this. Yeah. I'm down 2 pieces, whatever. Alright. Well, I promised I'd put this up. Not one of my better games. All around. Let's get down here and do that. So I'm going to honor my commitment to put this up, even though it's a pretty terrible game. 87 average semi-pawn loss. Pretty bad. But in my defense, it mostly happened in the opening, and F5. I was halfway beaten when I played F5. Maybe I won't look into the Latvian. D4. Yeah. C6. And my opponent never really gave me a chance after that. So well played by Gorzy Sort. Higher rated opponent. I shouldn't have messed around with the Latvian Gambit. Should have given it my best. Okay, lesson learned. Stay feisty, folks, but not too feisty. Check you next time.